John, thanks so much for that kind introduction, and special thanks to you and members of your committee for all of the hard work that you've put into this event. It means a lot to me personally, and I know it means a lot to the Atlanta Area Council. Well, ladies and gentlemen, parents, families, friends of Scouting, and yes, fellow Eagle Scouts, I am deeply humbled to stand before you this afternoon and asked to be allowed to share a few remarks about the amazing impact that my Scouting experience has had on me both professionally and personally through the values and the skills that I learned as a member of Troop 298. In the fall of 1970, just a few weeks before my 13th birthday, I joined Troop 298 at Northside Methodist Church. And in November of 1973, 3 years later, after a lot of hard work, and I might add some gentle nudging from my parents, a few blisters on my feet, and cold nights spent huddled at the bottom of my sleeping bag in my tent trying to stay warm, along the trail, I stood then where you stand now. You see, I wasn't an Eagle Scout. I am an Eagle Scout. For once you become an Eagle, you will always remain an Eagle. No one can ever take that rank away from you. It's about more than 21 merit badges and a service project. You've worked hard, developed lifelong skills, and molded your character. You started something, you stuck with it, and you finished it. And you should feel just as proud as your parents and family members and friends here today supporting you are. Congratulations. The 2012 class of Eagle Scouts is indeed a very special class. For as Tim said, it was exactly 100 years ago this month that Arthur Eldred, a 17-year-old boy from Long Island, became our first Eagle Scout. And since then, of the approximate 115 million boys that have entered the ranks of Scouting during the last century, some 2 million have attained the rank of Eagle. We may not yet be members of the 1%, but we are members of the 2%. And fortunately, that average, as Tim suggested, is moving up so that today almost 4% of boys attaining the rank of Eagle and 5% within the Atlanta Area Council of the boys that enter the ranks of Scouting become Eagle. Eagle Scouts can be found in all walks of life across the globe. You're among a rarefied group that includes Nobel Prize winners, Medal of Honor recipients, movie and television stars, senators, congressmen, governors, and an endless number of corporate CEOs. We count among our brethren astronaut Neil Armstrong, President Gerald Ford, film producer and director Steven Spielberg, baseball legend Hank Aaron, and Walmart founder Sam Walton. But there are equally distinguished Eagles here among us today. This year's centennial class of Atlanta Area Eagle Scouts numbers 546 boys. You represent 45 cities and 13 counties around Metro Atlanta, from Jasper to Stockbridge and Bremen to Social Circle. You've removed invasive plants, built outdoor chapels and classrooms. You've built fire rings and playgrounds. You've sent DVDs to our troops overseas and held coat drives and collected eyeglasses. You've built bird habitats, veterans memorials, and recycling projects. 10 of you from Troop 444 at the Walker School made a pact as 5th graders to stick together and support one another until each of you got your Eagle. A truly remarkable achievement. Billy Pocock, a member of Troop 1134, created a sensory room at Next Step Ministries in Woodstock, a place where young adults with intellectual and physical challenges can find a respite from the rigors of day-to-day life. Billy was inspired by his sister Allison, who has autism. And many that have visited the room that he made at Next Steps, and one that his sister has often attended, have said that his Eagle Scout project is a life changer for many clients who are anxious and agitated and experience a calming feeling when attending the room that Billy created. The interests and friendships that you've developed during your years of scouting will stay with you for the rest of your life. Our troops' camping trips in the Southern Appalachian Mountain engendered in me a lifelong love of the outdoors and a profound appreciation for the interconnectivity of our natural world. That love of nature, created in my scouting days, led my wife and me 30 years later to found the Southern Highlands Reserve, a native plant research center and arboretum located in western North Carolina. And there we grow plants from seeds provided by the Forest Service, the North Carolina Resources Commission, and the Blue Ridge Parkway to use in reforestation efforts in our endangered mountain bogs. And similarly, you will find passions that have been developed in your years of scouting that will carry with you through the rest of your life. Serving others, doing the right thing, speaking out against wrong, and helping our fellow man are hallmarks of Eagle Scouts. And I can't think of another time when the ideals and values espoused by scouting are more important than they are today. What if everybody with whom we did business was trustworthy? What if we were all loyal in our relationships with one another? What if government spending were thrifty? What if we treated everyone, regardless of race, gender, creed, or sexual orientation, reverently? Our flat earth faces many challenges. There's social and economic unrest in an increasingly multicultural world. Our planet's resources are threatened by a growing middle class worldwide, anxious to consume more of our goods and services and resources. Indeed, the challenges are many, and the needs have never been greater. And yet, you are prepared. I learned perseverance in the cold waters of the lake at Burt Adams during the mile swim. I learned what it was like to listen when forbidden to speak, what it was like to be hungry, and the virtues of self-denial as a member of the Order of the Arrow. I learned leadership through my scoutmasters, men like Jack Langford, Ed Johnson, Bobby Duke, Jerry Goldwasser, John Yager, who gave up their weekend selflessly to take us camping, who stood late after meetings to help us with our merit badge, who truly taught us service above self. Imagine the power that you have as a newly minted Eagle Scout to transform the world. Imagine the difference that each of you individually can make. You've developed an intellectual curiosity, a love of learning that I suspect will stay with you the rest of your life, and you've earned what many have referred to as the PhD of boyhood. There's an old saying to watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. Fellow Eagle Scouts, you are destined for greatness. Let's go out and make a difference. Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here. And on behalf of the Atlanta Area Council, we'd like to offer to you this Boy Scout McKenzie statue that reads, "The Atlanta Area Council is honored to dedicate the 2011-2012 class of Eagle Scouts to Robert Balentine." Congratulations. familiar faces out here. If you were a scout or a volunteer with Robert in Troop 298, would you please stand and let us recognize you, those that were with Robert? Look at this group right here.